said don't say anything good. I'm starting.
Here we go.
Go for it.
This is the best. We're starting off with a bang. So they're in the back. This guy, they had a guy loved golf. So they had a golf tournament. And so just so everybody knows, we're talking about the house in the film. The guy who, I don't know, the Filipino nation owns it. Their main guy who was here that they love. So he loved golf. They had a golf tournament every year. Guess who won the tournament every year?
Really?
Him.
Oh, dude.
So in the back, there's a statue of him in the backyard, and he's swinging a golf club. So the second day, I walk out the back and I'm waving, saying bye to Jimmy, the DP, and my production designer. Second day, or no, it's our first day there, and you know, one of the PAs is still there, and all of a sudden, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm deathly afraid of birds. I have a bad history with birds. Me and them, there's a lot going on with us.
What are you, a Hitchcock hack?
Jesus Christ. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a pigeon flies directly into and hits the golf club on the statue. Hits it. Not only does it fall, it hits it, it falls to the feet of the guy, flops off the edge to the next ledge at the, and then down, flopped to the ground, dead.
That's a great
and I
omen.
was like, this is not good.
Wait, you're terrified of birds? That's a real thing?
Yeah, oh, big time. Yeah.
All birds?
If they get close to me, yes. If they're in the sky, that's where they belong.
But
That's
like, what
good.
about a sweet little hummingbird sipping on some nectar?
Hummingbirds, dude? Do you see how fast they would move? If they had it, they would take your eyes like that. I have a script idea called Hum that will, you'll be in it, and your eyes will get poked right out.
No, because I always wear sunglasses because I'm fucking cool. These are hummingbird protectors, baby.
Hummingbird protectors.
So did you have like a traumatic experience with a bird?
Big time. Oh yeah. No, so when I was
One
a
like
kid,
carried you away?
don't judge
So
me.
you and Tippy Hedren went to the coast.
Don't judge me. So when I was a child, I was an only child, and I grew up in the middle of the forest, in the middle of the mountains in Montana. So I was way back on a dirt road. I didn't have a lot to do. I didn't know any better, but I used to throw rocks at birds' nests and stuff.
Oh God.
Jesus
I was
Christ.
a little kid, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, I know worse people that like would find snakes and throw them up in the air and stuff. And
I
that was not. I was not that guy.
I killed a blue jay when I was 11, and
There you go.
we all learn.
I also did walking home from the bus stop on this back dirt road. I found a bird one day with a broken wing that was like kind of, and that traumatized me too because I saw its little broken bones and I held it. And that's the thing. So the traumatic experience though is that I don't know if it's a memory or if it's a dream, if it really happened or not. I think it did, but it's clear as day in my head. So I'm throwing rocks at this particular nest, and I had a 3-story house growing up. My dad built, and the front door is fucking heavy. So I remember throwing a rock, and then I just saw the mom come back and look at me, and I was like, I just knew that it was coming after me. So I just start running back towards my house. I get to the door, and I'm like, oh no, the door's heavy. And I try to get to it, and I turn around, and the mom just boom flew right into my head and
Oh no.
nailed me. And yeah, so I think they know they've got it out for me, but then also I'm just scared of their little bones crunching. I don't want, when they come near me, I'm going to accidentally hit one and crunch their poor little bones. I don't want to feel that.
Now let me ask you this: Do you eat any type of fowl? Do you eat birds? Duck, dove,
Dove?
pigeon, and you never had dove? Dove is great.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah, I'll eat them. I shouldn't though. I shouldn't, put that out.
Well, then you win. Fuck them.
Yeah, but dove are a pest, right? I know
No.
in South America they hunt them.
They hunt them in the American
Yeah.
South.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, dove's great.
But they're not a pest there. They just hunt them.
Everything's a pest. White-tailed deer are pests.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you any different.
God damn.
There we go.
It's funny.
There we go.
I can't believe you beat me to Hitchcock. You brought up Bodega Bay, and it's funny because, in the opening scene of Free Fall, I wanted to be like, oh shit, you lifted from Hitchcock. Now, wait, was he a big influence in the film? I'm sorry for taking this right into the movie, but
no, it's all good. I was gonna start with 1, 2, 4, 5, 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 4. Damn, you put. Okay, well, we agree on 4. You just really like part 2. Do you know what he's talking about, Clark?
Scream?
Yeah.
I ain't no fucking dummy. What's your order again?
1, 2, 4, 5, 3.
That's stupid.
I do 1, 5, 4, 2, 3.
I do
5. It was good. It was fun.
Yeah.
I do 1, 5, 4 because that's all I've seen. Thank you.
Hey, but that's not bad. And part of the reason why 2 and 3 are lower for me is they kind of fall into just more rounding out a franchise trilogy.
Sure.
Where I think 1, 4, and 5, they all are kind of pivotal bookmarks of a decade of horror.
And you don't like Jada Pinkett Smith.
No, I really do. Oh, dude, the opening in Scream 2 is one of my favorite scenes, period.
Yeah.
I love that shit.
Yeah. 2's just a lot of fun. It's a good sequel.
Oh, it's great. And 3, my problem with 3 is mostly just Dewey becomes such a cartoon character
It's
in there.
goofy. It's a little goofy.
I'm haunted by that knife being thrown down at him and it hits him with the butt in the head. I know Clark hasn't even seen it.
I haven't seen it for so long. That's one I need to rewatch. I actually need to rewatch all of them, to be honest.
Now, it's funny. Again, I feel bad. I'm bringing it right back to your movie. But with Scream 5, I was telling Clark, we were just watching it before talking to you. And I was like, am I crazy or does Andrea, the lead in your movie, I'm like, I think she would do better in Scream 5 than the lead they had.
Oh yeah, I mean she's great. Andrea is excellent. I like the girl in Scream 5 too. Great. They both. Here's the thing about her. Both of them, great eyebrows.
Oh, that is true.
Great eyebrows.
On fleek.
They're striking brunettes. And the thing is, the one in Scream 5. Can you pull up her name, Oksana? I feel bad I don't know it, but she felt very one note to me the whole movie.
Melissa.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. You know who I think is the best is Jenna Ortega. She's a badass. She's great. She's got layers in my book. The sister that at the beginning gets stabbed and stuff. I think she's a badass. She's in the level of Zendaya for me.
Well, it's almost like a problem though, because her character outshines her older sister, which is
yeah.
And the directors, the Ready or Not dudes, we saw the first screening and they did a Q&A. And they were talking about how if that franchise got another heartbeat in it, they want to make another.
Yeah.
And I'm like, too bad your lead was I'm splitting hairs. She was my least I was not connecting with her.
You prefer the Babadook?
Oh, the Babadook commentary. Dude, how great was that?
That was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're a little late.
The line of the whole thing though was when Dewey says, "Are you sure you're not the killer or the killer? Because that cut deep."
Yeah, that was really good.
I died. I couldn't stop laughing.
My theater went, "Aw." Oh, I was like, "Y'all suck."
Dude, I wish we could have got a movie where David Arquette was allowed to just play an alcoholic sheriff in Woodsboro.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
He could have carried it. He had a great look too. I'm like, ooh.
Sure, he did look good.
Well, he's dead now.
He's supposed to die in part 1.
Spoilers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll cut it. No.
We're not cutting shit. All right. It's been out for 3 days.
We cut shit.
That's so good.
Yeah, but dude, so where did you find your lead actress? I was really taken by her range in this movie.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's great. Andrea, so when we were casting, the Sean Reddick, the executive producer at Get Out, was kind of helping us with that, and we got a few lists from some of the agencies, and she was on this big long list, and I went through and I was just doing my due diligence and watching everybody's clips and getting caught up with who they all were. And she was on Narcos season 3 or something, Narcos Mexico. And there were just a couple scenes and I was like, this girl's got weight. There's like a weight to what she's doing, you know, like and she was those scenes were really good. And so yeah, I picked her out. I said, I'm interested. I'd like, if she's interested and likes the script, I'd love to talk with her. And she did, and we did. And
if she was interested in being naked for half the film and just being in a tub.
Yeah, she was down. She was down.
Yeah, the important thing is your movie, and in the beginning, you're doing like that pretty girl ghost mystery thing where it's like a character learning everything with the audience. And it takes a lot of like not direct acting, but reacting. And she has such big eyes, and it just, you can kind of live through her, which in Scream 5, I did not feel. I felt like it was more of an aggressive, like they really wanted to hit the final girl thing where it's like, she's a tough druggie from Modesto, which
for sure.
What a weird.
I'm with you on that. Well, I mean, I will say in the defense of Scream 5, like you have a lot more characters and stuff going on. This, you're with Sarah the whole time, which I mean, also is that's a feat. That's a lot for her to bite off and chew, and she did great. She really, I think we do live through her, and her eyes are incredible. Like every shot, when that's why there's like a few where she looks right into the camera. I was like, I want to keep coming back to these eyeballs and you know, looking right at us to feel, you know, like we're with her.
Well, Adam, I want to start by saying, man, congratulations on doing it.
Oh,
like,
thanks, man.
I know this isn't your first film, but we're such big fans of like found footage. And I mean, clearly you won an award at our first fest. Like, we have faith in you. It's just, there's like a difference when you make a found footage film. It's almost like you're in a avant-garde territory and there are no rules. But like when you go into like a studio film, now you're just kind of like up against everything else that's coming out. And I mean, we love you to death. So I was kind of nervous. I'm like, what's this going to look like?
I mean, was it weird? Was it weird leading a film without 30 other half-dressed guys, you know, not being able to kiss them on the mouth in between takes and, you know, go out in your little tents and your little yurts. And dig up for dinosaurs.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It's not what I'm used to, you know.
Yeah,
I'm just surprised. I mean, how do you make a film called The Free Fall and there's no mention of Tom Petty whatsoever?
Oh, I know. That wasn't my title. Okay. Sarah Falls was my title, so
that's way better.
You got to ask somebody else.
See, and now we see a man in the studio system.
Yeah, right.
We see it. we feel for you, baby. We feel for you.
We see it.
Now,
but no, I mean, I think it's interesting. It is a lot different. Like that freewheeling spirit of found footage is more in my blood, I think. But you said it when you said reacting, because that's what, when we were making the Triangle, the best stuff was that there wasn't a lot of acting. It was a lot of reacting. And so this time it was, you know, obviously everything's much more deliberate. So with the actors, it was a real learning experience to get really close with them and fuel them and fill them with everything they need for every moment so that they are reacting rather than acting, because obviously that's going to always feel more natural.
Now, the film takes place entirely in the house. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, we go outside to the garden.
Is it all the same location, or interiors and exteriors are these different homes?
It's all that one house, man. Yeah. And that's why I wanted it. I wanted kind of a house out of time. I wanted something big that wouldn't get boring, you know, and stuff. So, yeah.
Now, here's the interesting thing, and I you know, everything's starting to tie together now. You say that this house, you know, is owned by the nation of the Philippines, and one thing that we do know is that the proposed leader of QAnon is in the Philippines. So, therefore, your movie does a lot with gaslighting and not being able to trust people. So, you know, how do you think that the QAnon community is going to be able to grasp onto your film? Is that the whole goal here, Adam? New direction for you?
I'm down with Q, bro.
That's it.
How does Q feel about birds? I wonder.
I mean,
quail.
They killed that pigeon dead.
It's true.
God, yeah. So, you know, earlier I mentioned Clark beating me to Hitchcock. Your film, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but you opened up with a trick that I've always thought, if I made a movie, I'm going to steal from Hitchcock. and I'm going to do what he did in Rear Window, which is you get kind of a insight on what's been going on in our character's mind with a camera pan over. I mean, if you remember Jimmy Stewart, they do that kind of. It's heavy-handed if you're thinking, where it's all the photographs he's taken that literally ends with a tire coming at the camera.
Yeah,
and then they show him in the wheelchair. But with your character, we have like she had been writing and eating an apple, and it panned up, and I was just like, oh shit, are we gonna get like? Is Adam going to be Hitchcock hack here? Or, but when I was watching it, your movie's got such a genre blender. And I couldn't really put my finger on like your influences, but I'm guessing like Hitchcock, maybe Stephen King.
I definitely, the biggest one is Rosemary's Baby. That was huge. And I mean, if you watch a couple, Sean leaning in the doorway, there's a shot that I take right from Rosemary's Baby. It was one of my favorite images ever of him creepily just kind of leaning in the doorway. And then her character, Sarah in my film herself is very Rosemary. Yeah, that's the biggest one. Other than that, I wanted it to feel like a throwback. And I think that Joseph Bashara's score also really calls back, kind of a timeless kind of feeling of a horror movie. My word was elegant. I wanted some elegance to the blood in this, and yeah, I mean, I kept harkening back to late 60s, early 70s haunted house movies and stuff. That was the vibe I was going for. I also love the movie The Others. I think that's one of the best horror films ever, and I mean, that's kind of, I don't know, that one obviously has more of a time period, but it feels kind of timeless, out of time, and that's what I was going for.
Well, you nailed that, because I kept thinking about it. I'm like, is a phone going to appear?
Yeah. Well, that's why the house is so important, know?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Rosemary's Baby, because I'm kind of a hack with Polanski, and I feel like I shorthand a film summary a lot by being like, oh, it's the Apartment trilogy. But I was thinking, I'm like, man, it didn't strike me as that. And I think, part of the deceit that Polanski's so good with is the house always kind of feels like a womb, like it's very comfortable for the characters.
Yep.
Where in your film, it didn't. And I kept thinking a House of the Devil. And I'm like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, because it's not like we were really exploring. Like, there's so much of that house we never go into. And it always felt foreboding. Yeah. It felt like she was like a guest, like she was never a resident there. And man, I fucking hate that, because man, I've been sick for like a week, and I've just been in my room, and I've been like going stir crazy.
This is the first time I've seen him in a week.
Yeah, no joke.
And our rooms are next to each other. I've never been closer, yet so far away from you at the same time.
And no, when I'm watching the free fall, dude, when I was watching the free fall, I kept thinking, God, if I woke up and I wasn't sure what had happened, this would be a fucking nightmare. Like, I would never want to be in that situation. It kind of humbled me, because I've been bitching. I'm like, I've been bitching a lot. And I'm like, oh, well, at least I'm not going through this.
That's what I'm here for, man.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, I got to tell you, man, I'm very proud. Like, this movie, awesome. It's polished. Like, it looks good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I was really wondering how you guys would feel, because, I mean, it's, we're found footage dudes, and we're used to that, like, freewheeling thing, and this is definitely a different ball game. And I think it's still weird, though, right? It's still got that weirdness.
Well, I'm not happy. I wish you were making more found footage. I'd hate to lose like any talented people. I am glad you worked in one of our favorite of your buddies, though. Clark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude.
Madeline and I?
Yeah. Oh. Clark literally was like, can we make that a drop? Like, pull that audio clip.
With the whole, we went to it last night, and the whole theater died laughing at that moment. It's such a funny line.
Oh, where did you screen?
The Arena Cine Lounge in LA.
Oh, I have no idea.
That's great.
What's the theater crowd like out there? Are people coming out, or is it kind of hesitant?
I mean, it's weird. No, I mean, I almost felt bad. I almost didn't want to even put it out there, but everybody was like, "You gotta go. We gotta go. We want to see it." And then so we did. It really is like, I don't know, random.
Is it?
I mean, the theater was
full capacity.
Full. Yeah.
Oh, awesome!
That's good.
Yeah. But I mean, for the most part, people are kind of being smart and staying in, and whatever. But
I mean, this fucking Omicron thing, we're all gonna get it, and hopefully
Yeah,
this will be the
I already
end.
did. I already did, and yeah, it was literally like I got the Johnson and Johnson shot, and I
My
had,
man.
We all did.
I got like my man. I had a headache for a day and like a body ache. When I got Omicron, it was basically like 2 days of that.
Yeah.
I've had flus that 10 times worse, but
That's what I'm coming off of. I just got the flu, and I'm like, everybody out here, literally everybody we shoot like Terrell's videos with. Oh, also Terrell. God, what did he say? I wanted to make a mental note. He said he was like, he was so excited to watch your film, and then he said, "Oh, and he casted my first crush."
The original crush.
Ashmore?
Yeah, he was like, "That's the original
Yes.
crush." And Terrell was here with his boyfriend,
Dude.
and he was like, "Who's that?" And he was like, "Iceman." And he just looked at him. He's like, "From the X-Men?"
No, from Top Gun.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's all good.
yeah. So Terrell also says hi. He also refers to you as the founder of the Terrellfy. You're the one that like really named it.
Yes, I'll take that. I'd take that for the end of time, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's-
No, I mean, Terrell is amazing. What's up, Terrell? Terrell Feast for life. I need to get another one soon. And we also got to get you one with Sean Ashmore, because Sean Ashmore is one of the coolest people I've ever met. He is so down to earth, so chill, and way kind of deeper and weird than you'd think. Like he's like us. Like he really likes to get in there and talk about the weird shit.
Now,
So,
are you two like old friends? They get that vibe from you.
no, but I mean, our first meeting was also during that time when we were casting. And I think he's the first one I met for that role. And when we talked for like 2 or 3, I don't even know, forever. And it was like we'd known each other forever. And after he left, I was like, it's got to be him.
Don't you get that vibe? Like they could ride around in a convertible and throw rocks at birds and stuff.
There's a found footage movie right there.
There's a found footage movie.
You and Ashmore just fucking up foul, man. I like it. The Bird Boys.
I mean, you do it. You do it.
Flipping the bird.
Bird Boys.
With
Yeah.
a Z.
I don't know. I just like when you make your first studio film. Wait, actually, I have a question. How come you didn't write something? Now, I'm sure that so who's Kent Harper? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, here's the story. So Kent actually acted in and helped produce a movie I made a long time ago, and I produced with Adam Pittman and David Blair, which you guys know from the Triangle. So Pittman had read it was like a 60-page pilot episode that was written of this idea, and he brought it. He was like, dude, we should make this a film. And we read it, and I was like, I am definitely making this a film. And so it started as like 60-page pilot, and then myself, David Blair, and Nathaniel Peterson, who's also in it in the dinner scene who we were talking about earlier, we took it and fleshed it out to be a 90-page script. I mean, by the end of it, we basically kind of rewrote the entire thing. But you know how things go. Credits don't always land,
Sure.
Certain ways. Once again.
Is that a bird I hear?
Uh-huh.
I'm telling you.
They heard him talking shit.
Talking shit. They talk shit.
You need to get
They
some
do.
sunglasses, dude. You need some bird protectors.
Did I
on
tell
your
you my
pic-
bird story about the triangle?
Oh
No.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I mean, this is weirder. I don't know. It's not like a bird flying and hitting me or dying and, whatever. But so okay. So there were a lot, the triangle, if you guys see it, you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
People listening see it. It's, we're out in the desert. There was some drinking and some, other things going on out there. There's a part where, there's mushroom tea and everything, but I'm 95% sure I was completely sober. And I was in a weird state, obviously. And I was standing by myself out by the bus, and I heard this bird off in the distance. And I swear to you, I've said this a lot because as we know, like that place is a place really out of time. There's nothing out there where we shot that. That is like the place I always say where there's teepee circles from like literally when Native Americans live there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's that type of place. There's no one out there. So things are odd anyway and just feel weird, like nothing's moving. But this bird, I swear to you, sounded like a computer chip. Like it was like a computer. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on here? Because I don't trust them anyway. I think they're all spies too. You know,
They're drones.
100%. 100%. Back to QAnon.
No, but there's a guy really out there that like does like he puts up. People always send me bird shit when they find out. Like, I'm scared of them, so I know all this stuff.
They send you bird shit? That's horrible.
I hear you laughing, Oksana. So what was I saying?
People send you bird shit?
No, this guy. Yeah.
Okay.
This guy puts up a billboard or something. It says like birds are evil or something like that. Look him up. He really did it. He really went for it. I'm kind of just having fun joking, but this guy I think might be serious.
How do you feel about Big Bird?
Totally fine. It's all good.
All right, it's good.
No, it doesn't have those little bones. That's what I'm really scared of.
The little bones, right?
Little bones that break. Same kind of with mice too. If they're around oh my god, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do mice either.
No.
Well, mice are better than rats.
In what way? They're all plague carriers.
You've never heard of a mouse king?
Oh, okay. I get
It's a
what you mean.
rat king. It's horrible.
Adam, here's a little inside baseball for you. I'm terrified of mice and bugs, and Oksana murders them all.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
Oksana.
one day we got home from
You gotta
work.
do it.
Dude, we had 2 mice in a garbage can. She killed them with a baseball bat.
I need to have her over at the house. We got a rat running around.
I've never encountered a rat though in the wild. Only
Really?
in pet
Yeah.
stores.
I mean, this guy's so crazy. He eats batteries.
Oh my god.
And then he eats all the grapefruit out of the tree. This guy's must be on vitamin C, like crazy, running around, and eats batteries. So he's energized. And
You
then
got to get up and go.
And then I got the poison stuff and I put it, and he took that away. So he's still alive. He took
Damn.
Have you
3 of them,
Have
3
you
poison
seen
things.
of unknown origin? Because it seems like you have some hyper intelligent rat roaming your house.
I think so.
Oh, it could be Splinter.
God damn it.
He's not opening a dojo in his backyard.
I mean, maybe.
Dude, watch Of Unknown Origin. Adam, I think you would dig that movie. It's
What is it?
It stars RoboCop, and it's a commentary on like
Peter
corporate
Weir
America.
is the gentleman's name.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you very much.
I should know that considering
should.
I wrote about it for a
and
book.
RoboCop's the greatest movie ever made. Continue.
But
My
it's
first R-rated movie, man.
Was it really?
That's a hell of a
Oh,
first.
that's good. Mine was Black Hawk Down.
What was what?
Mine was Black Hawk Down.
Oh, what?
It must be a regional thing.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I
No
don't know.
love for Ridley Scott. Okay.
Black Hawk Down.
All right, now I'm going to bring this back to your movie.
Is that even R-rated?
Yeah, that's a gnarly scene where they cut open the dude's thigh. You don't remember that? It was tight.
No, I don't.
I remember Saving Private Ryan was very R-rated.
That's hack.
I know, but that's my gut instinct was so is Black Hawk Down.
Did you
but I
ever
couldn't-
play Call of Duty Frontline? The
Yeah.
first Call of Duty game?
Yeah.
They completely ripped the opening scene in Saving Private Ryan. Sorry, I've been drinking Bloody Marys this whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it's
my
weird.
guy.
So, okay, I haven't seen you for a week. Did you give up smoking for vodka?
No, I just added it.
Oh, my God.
That's the way to live.
Now the birds are going to become digitized for you.
Adam,
telling you.
I'm 35 years old and I haven't started smoking until this past 6 months ago.
My God. I
We're,
love it, dude.
we're off the rails.
I've
dude.
been trying to start for years, man.
Dude, help him out.
It's fun, dude.
All right. Now,
I'll be your Sherpa.
I had a dorky question that I had to ask you. In your film opens up with a pretty graphic, like a murder. I'll say there's some gore in the beginning. And at first glance, I thought the knife that was being used was the Buck 120, which, bringing it back to Scream.
Wow.
But it looks very familiar, but it's different. And I'm just curious, like, now that you're making like studio work, like, is that like a big conversation you had on the type of weapon?
That's actually one of the only things. I mean, no, that he did. He gave me like 3 options, and I wanted one that looked more like a house knife. Kind of.
Okay.
But not, obviously I'm a details guy. So like I had a lot more conversations about a lot of other things. The knife, yeah, I think I only had 3 options. I picked that one. That one I didn't get too crazy with, but.
All right, well, got another one for you.
When you say house knife, are you saying like chef's knife?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
well, because some of the other ones like hunting knives and
Yeah.
that, and I wanted it to be like something she just grabbed,
Sure.
Which is the Buck 120. Like that came out of Friday the 13th. And I guess it was a knife that hunters complained about because it was too big to kill deer with. So it's kind of interesting, like, when you give it to a killer and it's like, oh, they're hunting people with a knife that is too unwieldy to kill deer with.
Yeah, call them buck knife.
Yeah.
Here's what I will say to that. Like, it's obviously retractable, right? They're not actually stabbing that guy. So there's only a number of choices you have sometimes, and so you'll probably see the same knife in a lot of horror movies because the same prop guy or whatever. Like my prop guy did I think he's done all the Rob Zombie movies and stuff. And also the best thing is the Father the Clock.
Yeah.
That is in a lot of movies. I think it's in Insidious. It's in like old movies like Burnt Offerings. I saw it in that, which is one of my inspirations for this movie. But yeah, so you'll see, like, I mean, that's, from a prop house in LA. So, you'll see those things.
So when there's a prop like that, because that grandfather clock, man, when it was on camera, I just kept thinking logistically, that's got to be a nightmare to move around.
Oh, yeah. I did it. It was all me. No.
Like, do they have like people attached to them? Like, is it like, hey, nobody can touch this thing except for that dude?
Yes, we're very, very careful with everything. It wasn't. It wasn't just a couple PAs that ran out and got it and had to lug it up the stairs. And God bless their hearts. I mean, that's me on Chevy commercials 2 years ago. So
yeah, well, Alec Baldwin wasn't on set either. So
oh shit!
Wow, leave it to go dark.
Randy, keep that in.
Oh,
now
boy.
Okay. Now
keep that in.
Before we get off the prop talk, you know how in Phantasm people always ask about the weird Mount Rushmore in the mortuary, like there's So in your movie, I had that moment at the front door. What is that giant like knocker that looks like a black hole on the front door?
I love it. I call it the owl. I see an owl. I love it. I don't know. It's just on the front there, and I immediately was drawn to it.
Okay, there's no like function though. Like it isn't a knocker, right?
It's just the Philippine nation, man.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's just on the door. It's just
man.
Also, owls should totally freak you out. They're terrifying.
Oh, I was talking about that last night. Somebody saw it right outside the screening, saw a giant owl. And they were like, "Are you scared of owls?" And I was like, "Yes." Are you crazy?
Fucking turning their head
all the way around, dude. What? No.
Yeah, we had an owl out front here.
Really?
Yeah, we were out front talking to the dude that does all of our cinematography, and we all like looked up, and Clark has a. I don't know if the other dude's aware of it, but he hates one of our neighbors across the way because he'll sit out on the porch and just smoke. And
I hated another guy over there too.
Smoking buddy, come on, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Why do you hate that guy?
I don't hate that guy, but no, the problem. Here's the thing. It's a fucking. It's an
eye line thing.
No, not Rear Window. What's the other one?
Disturbia.
Yes. It's a Disturbia situation because he's literally right across the street from us, and so he sees into this room, and I can see him, and I don't like that. And I'm here first.
Have you ever made eye contact?
No, but I made out with him once.
Okay. So here's the thing: we were out there, and I heard a noise, and I was like, "Oh, that dude!" And instantly when somebody's been watching you, you get that feeling like, "Oh, did we?" Anyway, we looked up and it was a fucking owl. There was a giant owl on somebody's porch. And we were like, we couldn't figure it out at first. And then it flew away. And the wingspan was terrifying.
Owls are beautiful, though.
Oh, the wingspan is incredible.
I like looking at them.
I don't know, me and Nathaniel were driving really, really late one night in the middle of Montana, in the middle of nowhere. And I swear to God, I saw the Mothman, and then it's been haunting me the rest of my life. The Mothman. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Gere.
No, man. But dude, I think it might have just been an owl but it was huge. Like the wingspan, it was like crazy big. Like, and it just flashed in front of the car really fast. Like their wingspan's incredible.
And, for people listening, we should mention Nathaniel, if you're a Unnamed Footage Festival fan, he's popped up as the titular devil in the shack twice.
Oh, right.
So
Yes.
That's who we're talking about. And if you were a part of 24 Hour, you got to know
Yes.
Nathaniel. So
He'll jizz it.
yeah. Is that line going to live on longer than the Madeline one?
I'll jizz
We
it.
gotta unleash that thing. I think that needs even more play. Time is
It was great.
We would have been harassing you for another short, but we knew you were working on a feature. And it's time. Like dude, wait,
Just fucking replay it again.
last time we talked to Adam, weren't you doing like a crowdfunding thing for a movie you're trying to work on?
Yeah, we did. We were literally right when we hit the button go on it, the money for this movie came in. So we had to pause that. Yeah, put a pause button on that.
So you're still moving forward with that project?
We'll see. I'd like to. It's the time is now, so I'm just about to put out all the feelers and see what clicks. There's something I think I want to do right now that I just wrote, and I think that it's something that has to be made now or never. So I think that might be the thing I really push for.
What was that last project called?
Blackout.
Man, I just remember I fell in love with your lookbook. I thought you did an incredible job with that.
Thanks. No, it's fun. That's a fun one, man. That one's actually talking about Scream. That's kind of like my Scream. I think that it's just fun, and yeah.
I think you're primed for it because the look of Freefall was very polished. And I think just the cast that you were able to wrangle, man, I think you could do it.
Oh yeah, totally. No, and they're all super cool. They're all super cool too. Good people and become friends. And some of already are. Like Madeline. Madeline she's at the the one with Nathaniel at the dinner party, and she was gonna be the lead in Blackout. So
Well, I hope your new feature that you just wrote is a found footage one.
I'll say this. I would say it's much more like Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe, where it's going to be a lot more raw, and whereas the free fall is very deliberate, very kind of pensive, and for lack of a better word, in a slower pace. This is kind of ape shit.
The gritty.
It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't found footage, but it kind of feels like
for sure
100%.
It's real. It's got that. So that's what the next thing would be in the zone. Yeah.
Do you have any interest in shooting on film?
Oh yeah, and I did that the Sasquatch movie we made a long time ago. We shot on 35.
That's right, man. I think where is that available?
I think it's on Amazon, but I don't recommend. No, I mean, it's weird. Old movies are like they feel like diary entries sometimes, and we were in our early 20s just learning how to do a lot. So, but it's fun. I think it's still fun.
I remember talking about it, and then I put it on a long queue, and then I don't know. I just never got around to watching it.
You'll get a kick out of it. And it's actually, it's a good story. There's a good twist in that one too.
You don't sound enthused about us digging it up.
No, I mean, yeah, it's funny. You'll see. You'll know right away.
By the way, this is one of our favorite things that we do on this show is shame filmmakers and trying to make us see their early stuff that they don't want to see.
Right, exactly. I mean, we all talk about it all the time. We're like, oh man, we've got there's somebody does a party in town where everybody brings the worst thing that they've done.
Oh.
Damn. We would bring this podcast.
I know, right? What episode?
All of them. Strap in, everybody. Here's 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, 300 episodes. God damn. Well, fuck, man. Adam, I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like you're untouchable now. Because I want to harass you. At the end of March, we're doing our film fest. I don't bug you because you're one of those audience members that we love. You're just
man.
game for anything, and you're always in a good mood. And we show a film like The Lock-In.
He loved The Lock-In.
And it's just,
oh, dude.
your laugh could have carried that thing alone.
It did for the first act.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
So,
that's some good stuff, man.
We gotta get you out here now.
Yeah.
I know originally
miss
you
you
were talking about your screening your movie out here, but is that going to happen still? Or
I'm not sure. I have to feel it out. Like I know that it's not one of the 10 cities that it's being released in theaters right now, but I don't know. I'll have to talk to my distributor because the Triangle, we now own it, but even back when we were with the distributor, they let us show it wherever, and I need to talk to our distributor and see, because it'd still be cool to do a screening up there at some point and have an excuse to come see you guys.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if it doesn't happen, it's not a terrible thing. I've been kind of like fretting the realization that the audiences out here are still super thin. I mean,
it's super weird. It's just a weird moment, man. A little more time needs to pass, I guess.
Well, dude, in Scream 3, we went to the early one, and they shot
Scream 3
or Scream 5.
What
I don't
the
know. I
hell?
don't know. In Scream
You
5,
went back 20 years.
and we went to an early screening at a mall, and they shot those great intros where they have like the cast, and they're just like, "Thank you for coming out." Like I hate those intros because they feel so like pandering. Like, thank you for coming out and keeping us alive, and I hate that because I feel like it's like a death knell, like the industry's dying. But it's Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell, and they're just like, thank you. This is the way the movie should be seen, is in a group. And if we didn't have faith, we wouldn't. And then we're kind of looking around this cavernous theater. We weren't the only ones, but we like to sit up front. The other group was all the way in the back, and they were loud enough, but I'm like, we're not.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a weird moment. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying, even before the pandemic, there was, things are changing. I think it's exciting, to be honest. Like, to me, it's like a Easy Riders Raging Bulls moment where, things got to change. So it's up to us to change them, and I there will always be, like what you guys do, get a bunch of great people together and watch stuff in a theater. That's going to always happen. It's just not good. Boo-hoo, the big studios aren't going to make all this money doing tentpole pictures. No, I think that's probably changing, which I'm fine. It is what it is, but there will always be stuff like what we do. I'll want to see it in theater. And I think you're right. Like, luckily in our theater, there was, when I went and saw Scream as well, and it was, it wasn't packed, but there was a pretty good amount of people in there, and it was awesome. That's how, they're totally right. It was fun. You could hear people laughing, you could, people wincing, and that's what it's all about, right? Like, a shared experience, and with, strangers or friends.
Sometimes one and the same.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of worried. Have you messed around with any like internet culture, like
What's
screenings, that? Like group screenings?
Like 4chan?
No. Do they do screenings on 4chan?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
No,
the fellows are in there all the time.
no. Like recently, I've been really into like Racer Trash, which is coming to an end, but that's like all over Twitch, and there will be like 200 people in a room watching a thing.
Yeah.
Have you done that at all?
I was in a rock band and stuff, and when we were in lockdown, I unearthed some like old videos, and actually, we put on me and my friend Jolynn, we put on a virtual music a festival, and so when we did that, the cool part was, I like the chat room. You can chat and talk and everything. And I think that's really cool. I haven't really done it for movies, but Ashmore actually hit me up and wanted to maybe do a live tweet along to the film or something, so we might figure something out.
Oh, that's rad.
For the film for that. So Terrell, gotta be part of that, man. It's your moment, dude. But yeah, no, I haven't that much. I think it's cool. I mean, way back, I don't know, pre the Triangle, when I was in that rock band, me and my guitar player were talking about how it would be cool if there was like a virtual like hangout thing. And now that I'm seeing when you hit like, I don't know where I've seen it. Maybe it's Netflix, maybe it's on HBO Max, or maybe it's Hulu. I don't remember. But it says like, join the party or watch with other people or start something like, and I don't know. I think that's cool. I like it. I haven't done it. I think it's a cool idea though.
Now, speaking of being in a rock band, did you get a copy of this film to your old pal Shaquille O'Neal?
I just like how you said Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I have an expert cadence, and I'm an undiscovered national treasure. Stillwell, get with the program. I'm a goddamn delight.
I will give Shaquille O'Neal. I'm more apt to hit him up and about where's the Shaq-a-roni? Like, why do you come up during off season of basketball with the Shaq-a-roni, and then right when the season starts, when I want to get a Papa John's pizza, why would I get any other one than the Shaq-a-roni? It's not available. He's too
busy. He's got too many irons in the fire. You know, he's got the Papa John's, he's got the General, he's got Icy Hot. He's all over the place.
He's also DJing too now. He's DJing. DJ Diesel.
DJ Diesel.
He is, dude. He's throwing it down.
All right, everybody, pump it up.
Yeah.
Pump it up.
Google me.
God, I just realized, did you ever see his movie Steel?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, that thing's terrible. I haven't seen it in a long time.
We might have to do a screening party then.
Oh, dude, we should watch Steel.
Yeah.
We're talking about this because my high school band in Montana opened a concert for Shaquille O'Neal once. We're filling everyone in.
Pre DJ Diesel days.
Pre DJ Diesel.
You did get an amazing photo out of it.
Yeah, I did.
Also, you look like you were doing a Marshall Mathers impression.
Yeah, that was the time. That was the era. That's I almost didn't even post it because I was like, "This is bad, man. This is really bad." But no, that one, and then the even better photo, which I can't find. When I do, I'll put it out there. But my entire band is standing there, and we're like to his belly button, and he's got his hands on both the shoulders of, I don't know, my drummer or my bass player, and all four of us are like, he's not even spreading his arms. They're like at his side, and he's got all of us like little babies. Anyway, he's a big guy. He's a very large man.
I love
that. Was in his prime too, by the way. He was in his prime. He just got traded to the Lakers. Big moment.
Hey, Adam.
Peter Guns was there, the rapper. You remember him? Uptown Baby.
I don't remember.
Shaq is still in his prime, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, baby.
Dude, that show he does with Ernie and everybody. That's one of the best shows on
great.
TV.
It's great.
It's remarkable how good that is.
I love it.
This is the only way I keep up with the NBA.
100%.
All right, what you got for Stillwell?
I don't know. I'm torn.
Do you have some furniture for him? Because he clearly needs some furniture.
Well, no.
Where did you steal that from? A Kia Sorrento?
I'll tell you another time.
Oh my God.
It's from my van, dude. I drive vans. I've had a bunch of them. Seats.
I say I'm torn because, your movie has so much, it's an unraveling, and I'm scared to go into it anymore because I don't want to get in spoiler. You already ruined Scream 5.
Yeah,
I don't like,
shit. We all knew Dewey was going to die.
I honestly, I'll say this now. Courtney Cox should have went. I wanted Gail to go.
No, Gail couldn't die.
Way more. I mean, here's what I'll say. The Dewey death was hard to take. I was like, man. But here's what I will say. It was kind of a touching moment when the new girl went up to the two final girls there. And I think it was the first time Gail and the kind of got her due, in a way, like she's a final girl kind of too now.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I think you're kind of right.
I like Gail.
Here's the thing.
Gail's fun.
Gail Weathers is a great character. The problem with me is I like to suspend disbelief in horror, and I couldn't get over how she looked. She's veering into Skeletor territory.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, it was distracting. But here's the other thing.
We don't body shame on this show.
Look. Hey, when you do it to yourself, that's a little bit different. Well, here's the thing.
Oh boy.
Now with David Arquette leaving the cast, nothing is gained. I feel like if Gale would have left, that would have made his character more interesting. And you could have even taken a new road with him. Yeah. And maybe he gets mean now or something.
But you killed Dewey because everyone likes Dewey.
Yeah.
I didn't think any of them were gonna die. I don't think any of them had to either. But
now
none of the kids died. Went to kill some of those kids.
The kids died?
Only as soon as I saw those highlights, I knew that guy. I knew. Yeah, those are 30-minute highlights. Those are not 90-minute. You're gonna live through this movie highlights.
For sure.
He was dead the second I saw him pop up.
I definitely had those highlights in high school for a brief moment.
Did you really?
Didn't?
I did.
I didn't.
You were watching Black Hawk Down.
That is true.
Dude, I did.
In cargo camo shorts.
They were fucking terrible. I'll tell you right now, my highlights, originally I had dyed them. They matched a Slipknot shirt I had.
Oh, God.
And here's the thing. I'm not the best at appearances, as Adam can tell. I've been in bed for a week and I look like it. And when the dye ran out, I didn't do anything. So I had frosted tips for a while.
Oh, man.
I think there's a picture. Have you seen it?
I've only seen it with the red.
Okay, good. Because now that Adam points it out, it does look like Kill Me in a horror movie.
Yeah, man. I mean,
well, here's the other thing. Everybody always talks about Dewey, but what about that little boy's mom? Do you feel like that was a original cast member killing? Because I got into an argument about that
little
too.
boy's mom.
The sheriff.
Oh, what about it?
Well, she was in 4.
Yeah.
The Lemon Squares girl.
Well, they even made a joke about it before she died.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, she's a minor character from one of the remakes no one cares about.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
Fine. You're safe.
Which I don't think is true. They kind of had a tone.
But it's a cute line.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I think 4 was, look at how highly me and Adam rated it.
4 is fun, man.
Fuck yeah.
So
Kirby's
fun.
a great character.
Do you have 4 over 5, Adam?
I do.
Why?
I don't know, probably. I got to think about it a little more, but I don't know.
I had a blast with 5.
Emma Roberts, dude. She's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but Hayden
she was great. No, she's great in that movie.
She's great. Perfect casting.
Kirby is one of those characters.
Yeah. We need her back there, out there saving dolphins.
Nah.
All right? That's what we need Hayden Panettiere doing.
And, with
Hayden Panettone.
The thing about part 5, too, is I didn't like how they had a 3rd iteration of the Randy character. Where I'm like, oh, we're doing it again? Which, I mean, it works, but...
You know what is another great moment was, and that got a real lengthy laugh from me, was when I thought the girl who's kind of the Randy in this one, I like that she wasn't full Randy. She was just kind of like the expert. And
was she Mindy? Mindy?
I liked her vibe. I forget.
Well, she's Randy's niece, right? Isn't that how they played it?
Right,
they're related.
Right, which was funny. The whole... Randy's
that was
shrine.
Great. I love that.
The shrine. That was great. But no, so she's sitting on the couch. I thought she was really funny and good.
Great.
And then the guy who ends up being the killer is, I'll be right back. And then they're like, and I thought that was pretty funny. Like that, they really went for it. There was no like halfway with it, which I thought was really
well, you couldn't. Because, just the dialogue from those films, if they had, tried to ignore an element, dude, audience would have hung them for it.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because in the post-screening Q&A, who was moderating it? Do you remember?
It was the director of Freaky.
Okay, the director of Freaky, which is another good, post-scream slasher.
Totally.
He brought up that he thought the movie was really tackling toxic fandom. And it's funny because Kevin Williamson was like, oh, I don't know about that. And I was like, oh, because I hadn't thought about it, but it really does seem to take that on. Where they're like, Stab 8 is fucking terrible and we're going to fix it.
Well, and that's what I love about that. I think Scream 4 set us up with that. Like I don't need friends, I need fans.
Yeah.
You know, like Emma Roberts' character kind of kicked us into that, I think, gear. And you know, a lot of people are saying now, like, it was really ahead of its time, which is true. Like, I mean, that was made, you know, kind of before the big boom of TikTok and it's even Instagram and shit. So I think that like kicked it off, and then 5, just goes there. You know
what my
was
favorite
crazy.
line in that movie was?
Yeah.
Where they're like, "What is your motivation even?" And she's like, "I was radicalized by the message boards." I died.
Yeah, really good.
like I was
There's
just
some
like,
good little hidden quick ones in there. Yeah, totally.
man, I
Great.
loved it.
Yeah.
Great.
Honestly, now I'm thinking about it, this will come out on Thursday. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. I have good intuition, baby.
There you go. You just like to spoil shit.
Also that.
God.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, look, man, good art is like spam. It doesn't spoil. Thank you very much.
Oh my god.
All right, that's going on your
That's
tombstone.
The worst quote of all time.
You can take that. Stillwell, please feel free to use that. That's on the house.
Yeah, Stilwell.
Gratis.
How come Clark Little wasn't at that dinner party?
Right?
You
Dude,
could have
yeah,
got
bro.
him in there.
Good. He'd have been good.
Get in there, roast everybody, and then dip out.
I could see it on. He's like, because I wanted to make a good movie. It's
Yeah.
fine, Clark. I'll bully one of our guests into casting you
It's
eventually. We'll see.
You did.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's
You
gonna
did.
star in. He's gonna be in the cold open of my Hummingbird movie.
Oh, that's true.
Get those eyes poked right out.
That's
Except
right.
that they got to get around those glasses. He's got to take them off at some point, doesn't he?
No, I'm like
Gotta take 'em off.
Bono. These glasses stay on.
Well, fuck, Adam, man, congratulations again.
Thank you guys.
I mean, being completely honest, I was worried. I'm like, oh no, what's it gonna look like?
yeah, I get it.
And I kind of hate that you could do the Hollywood thing because, again, I kind of hate it. I want to keep you in the found footage world, which
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, as a lover of that subgenre, I'm feeling a little bit of a elitist pull as found footage is starting to become trendy. So,
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's all good.
And we had no
Everything's-
part in
everything's
that.
Circular.
No.
What's that?
I said we had no part in it because we've received no more monies.
God. Yeah, we're just trying to ride the coattails at this point.
That's
And
right.
somehow it passed us
It
up.
passed us by.
But I don't know. Maybe we need to get a new edition of Triangle
Yeah.
out of you or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll always. It's just about the right idea. I don't mind.
I'm talking physical media.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need like a
Oh.
4-disc. We
Oh,
need
yeah.
like a patch
Oh.
with it.
Need on like
know
a
what's funny?
45.
You know what's really funny is that we're getting the rights back this year, and we're gonna do a special 10. So it's 10 years, not since it was released, but since it actually occurred.
Oh.
So we're gonna
Oh.
have a special release this year. Actually, Nathaniel's coming over later today, and we're going over our kind of rollout and what we want to do with the art and stuff like that. So
rad.
and we're probably going to create some extra stuff because I mean we have 200 hours of footage, so we might make some cool shit. We'll see.
You know-
maybe even a podcast or something. We'll see.
Oh, dude. The 200-hour mark. When we first started like really digging into found footage, you kind of set a tone. And whenever we talked to anybody about making a found footage film, we always asked them like, "Well, how much footage do you have?"
Yeah.
And I remember nobody has ever come close to 200.
Well, here's the thing. We didn't. To be quite honest, found footage is the category it falls into, but we shot it like a documentary.
Yeah.
We didn't plan the scenes. We just had the cameras on. And then we never reshot things. There wasn't like, it was capture what you can. And then obviously once stuff started really happening fast, just try to keep up.
But still, like, there are so many found footage films where you'll get like a star, director, editor, cinematographer all in one person
Right.
who will do that. Descent into Darkness, Raphael did a lot of that, where he would just walk around the street filming. But
Yeah.
he only had 80 hours.
Yeah.
And I remember that kind of being the closest.
Yeah.
But like now, I feel like that exploration trend, or kind of really approaching like a real documentary, like a lot of people aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, movies in general seem pretty methodical. But I don't know. There's something to be explored there. I learned so much, and it was such a interesting and cool process. More people should try it because I think you'll get something that feels more real. At the end of the day, I love everything, but yeah. I don't know. You guys keep up better than I do with that stuff, but also Descent into Darkness is fucking awesome.
Well,
just want to say that you mentioned it, so
yeah,
so good. That thing is. I mean, awesome might not be the word.
Well, if you ever need recommendations, hit us up. We're still grinding it out, and found footage movies they're getting made all the time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. No, I mean there's I don't know. Obviously I love putting something together in like the free fall, but there's something that's just so freeing about found footage. And I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot to explore in that genre still.
Well, dude, Adam, please keep us updated with that physical release because I need one. I know Terrell's going to be hounding us for one.
I couldn't give a shit.
And we got to promote it, yeah.
You go smoke with your smoking buddy.
Or Russell does have a friend across the street here as well. He's got he has like 14 motorcycles. He has a fight club he does down there every Tuesday, and he's got cauliflower ear.
Jesus.
Hey, he saved our life, okay?
What?
You should. He did.
He kind of did, to be honest.
So we live out on a court, and we had a gas leak very early in the morning, and that dude was out here doing like I don't know, like crane style or something.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, and he smelled it, and he called the police, and I think we got up. I woke up at like 7, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And then a dude knocked on our door and said, get out of your house. Don't drive your car. It could ignite the gas.
It was literally in front of our house.
Dude, Adam.
Yeah.
The cement was bubbling outside of our house.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that goddamn man, he's a goddamn superhero to you.
He's like you're on a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God. One of my favorite movies ever, The Burbs.
Yep.
Oh my God, that movie's the greatest.
They modeled that movie after this house.
You guys live in the burbs, and the guy is what's his name? The guy
Tom Hanks.
No.
He's been in a couple movies.
Whatever.
His son Chet's
whatever.
His son Chet's Jamaican. I don't know if you heard.
You see what I deal with, Adam?
Oh, I know.
Me father Tom Hanks.
That was awful.
That's what he does. This is how he does it.
He's much better at it.
Me father Tom Hanks.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well,
we gotta
Stilwell,
hang soon, guys.
again, congratulations on the movie.
Thanks, man.
We love you, man. You
Love you
did a
guys,
good
too.
job here.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You're in bands. It was one of those moments where you're like, man, I hope this is good.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
I hear you. I was like, it's so different than the Triangle, but I was like, it's still weird. I think they'll still.
Yeah.
Hey, you go for it. Also, like, how do you feel? Like, are you happy? Like,
Yeah, I am happy. It's a strange feeling. That's the word I keep coming back to. It was the whole movie all the way through. It was a wild trip, like, I mean, we're about done and then COVID hits and, so it's been a long time kind of coming, and yeah, it's just a strange time in general.
yeah.
So it's cool. I'm proud, happy, excited. Can't wait to make the next thing though. That's really where my head's at.
All right. Well, you got to keep us updated.
Of course.
Adam, love you, man. And
Love you guys.
congratulations, dude.
You guys are the best.
Stay away from birds.